Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the THSCA Coaching School and Convention here in San Antonio with the head coach of the Salado Eagles, it's Coach Alan Haire. Coach, last time I saw you, you were going crazy on a sideline after dialing up, of all things, a game-winning touchdown pass against Belleville. So I want to hear about that. It's an overtime to the Alamo Dome. You guys throw the touchdown pass. I want to hear what was going on the sideline for you before, during, after that play.
Okay, well, we won the toss in overtime, so we were elected to defend. And I don't think they got a first down. They had a great kicker and kicked a field goal. And my intuition right away was, well, that's just 3. That's just worth 3 points. And if we put it in the end zone, it's 6, and we call it a game.
And walk away. And
I never really went in with that thought process, but once they kicked it in, the guys on the side said, we're fixing to take a shot. And honest to goodness, my son says, Dad, we just need a first down. Let's just get first downs and work it in there. And I said, we're going to take a shot first. We got 3 other downs to try to get a first down.
Right.
Everybody beside him was wanting to run the play because we'd run the jet a couple times, a little play action. And so we run it. We put it in the air. And from where I was standing, I really couldn't see. Number 5 caught it, but I could only see the back of his jersey. And I was just hoping did he catch it? Did it go through his hands? Are we in the end zone? And then once people start going crazy, I knew he caught it. And I said, we just did that, And that was great for our kids after being beat by Belleville for 2 straight years.
Yeah, because you talk about a team that had personally victimized you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And a team that had your number. Like as well as you could play, you go out there, you give it your best, and they just find a way to do it. Was there that feeling afterwards of like big accomplishment, even more so than winning, a playoff game that deep?
The feeling was you just enjoy the thought of the feeling for those kids that they had, for what they overcome. Those seniors, I guess, 3 years prior to me being there were 2-29, so those seniors may have won 2 games in their freshman, sophomore year. So the feeling for them to have an accomplishment, to feel good about themselves, was a little bit of pride, for me, and for them to be so excited. And, of course, that sits in for about 10 seconds, and then you're thinking, well, there's West Orange Stark.
Your reward is West Orange Stark, yeah. But you'd rather be playing it than not.
Oh, no.
Better than the alternative.
I talked to about, other ones are putting up their equipment. We're not.
Yeah.
So a lot of people would love to have the position that we're in. And at that point in time, we were building momentum, and no one could have told our kids they couldn't beat West Orange Stark because they've never really been through those levels of playoffs where to be scared of anybody because it's all new to them.
They're with all due respect, they're too dumb to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'm not. I didn't know I'm supposed to be scared of you.
That's right. They've won 39 straight. So
cool.
They
we
didn't
just
even
beat
know
Belleville. Did you see that?
That's good.
So now you're. First of all, I do want one more thing about 2017 because it was so remarkable. Really just a joy to watch from the outside as well. Did you feel the community really start to catch fire too? Because I know they're football crazy down there, but the success hasn't been to that kind of level in a while.
Right. It was rejuvenated, I'll say the least, and the support was great. The student body was involved. You know how it is, and that makes your school day go by a whole lot better. I think kids come to class on time. Kids stay out of trouble. Kids feel good about themselves, not only in the athletic arena but in the classroom. And you get to we're 2 weeks away from getting out for Christmas break, and we've played football that whole time. And it was just a great time, great feeling. And, for me, that was the second best season in the history of the school. Graduate of there in '88, from there. So to be able to bring back a little bit of pride and a little bit of enthusiasm served real well for them and for that game. And going into the next round, we had our shots. We played with them, and now we know what it takes. Now we know what that type of talent looks like. And
you know what the measuring stick looks like.
Yes, sir.
It is. So now looking forward to 2018. You lose a few key players. I think everybody does.
Yes, sir.
If you're not losing a few key players, you're probably doing something wrong or illegal. When you look at your team in 2018, is it going to be you have a style, you have a way you like to play football. Do you see anything changing as far as what you guys are going to hang your hat on, or is it going to be same old? Let's run the ball, stop the run, and hit you in the mouth?
Yes, sir. Well, the formula does, it looks like it served us well, so there's no need to change something that's not broke. And that's just who we are. There's nothing flashy or fancy about it. It's just, you can run the spread, you can run the slot T, wing T, you can run, flex point, whatever you do. But if your kids are not buying what you're doing, then it doesn't matter what you run. So our kids have bought into what we're doing, and so we're going to stay with it. And hopefully, them being in the system for 2 years now, and this will be the third, will be easier, transformation for us or transition for us to just pick up where we left off and try to get some first downs and, like you said, stop the run.
Well, and your style is such that it is not very conducive to stars. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a team. I'm a guy who pulls the rope. You know what I mean? I'm just one of those guys. Is there a guy on campus, a guy that you're excited about, that you think could end up being that kind of breakout star that we're gonna be talking about? 6, 7, 8 weeks deep in the playoff, deep in the season.
Well, we hope so. I have a senior named Tate Harvey that is very athletic. He missed the first 5 games of the season this past year due to hamstring, which he kind of dinged last year, season before in baseball seasons. But he's healthy now. He might have to be a two-way player, but he's just an athlete that will be hard to stop on both sides of the ball. And then we have a good group of sophomores. The quarterback next year, his name is Rook Brown, and he's just full of athletic ability and a fast twitch kid, and so we're going to try to put him in positions to do some things. So you may be hearing his name some, but those are 2 for sure that come to mind.
All right, what's the over/under on pass attempts?
Season, first game.
Let's go season.
Well, I know the first
Let's
game.
say regular season, 10 games.
Let's start with the first game. First game, I know we're going to throw it twice. We're going to throw it to the official before the kickoff.
That is the perfect answer.
And then we're going to throw it to him, right after half.
Right afterwards, you're going to kneel it and toss it to him. Okay.
2 for sure.
Two passes. So over under, yeah. I mean, because you guys are. It's not that you can't throw, obviously.
Right.
But you hang your hat, and there is obviously a value to it that if you load up against the run, you've got the weapons to hit you over the top. Just ask the Bramos.
Oh, and we went to a couple 7-on-7 tournaments. We do that each year. We play in a few leagues. I mean, it's not foreign to us to see the point and squeeze the fat. We're gonna try to catch the ball when we get a chance. But we talk about run to win, but throw it to score, because when we throw it, we want to score. And I like what you said earlier about being conducive to a team sport. We're real big on you can't have the disease of me in what we do, because there's a lot of moving parts.
You mentioned before we get to the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions, you mentioned the 7-on-7. For a team like you guys, obviously from the defensive perspective, you get a lot out of that.
Certainly.
Offensively, how do you view 7-on-7 from your perspective?
Now, we have some concept things we do, even at a double tight. A smash route's a smash route, and a crossing route's a crossing route, and those types of things. A curl's a curl, and you can adapt it except just spread your formation out a little bit. We don't do the wristbands and numbers or none of calls or anything like that, but we'll carry out a clipboard out there with us, and we'll turn to a page and we'll say, run that. And, we got 25 seconds to do it. And because our kids, we can't practice that a ton during the spring, because we can only do what, of course, is going to make us good. So it's been good for us. To me, it gives them something else to be on the table or the arena of what all goes on in the summer. There's so many things going on that, we want to have our seat at the dinner table too, with you got summer league basketball, you got baseball, you got everything. So, once a week, we play in a league, and then we go to a couple of tournaments. I don't ask a whole lot of them, but we'll go to a couple throughout the season. But for acclimation and throwing and catches, it served us well.
Alan Haire, the Salado Eagles, now going to spin the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions. There's nothing on here that'll get you fired, but if you spin the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions, you are legally bound to answer the question truthfully.
Okay.
So go ahead and give it a spin.
Ready to go?
Alan Haire, the Salado Eagles, spinning the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions. We'll see where it lands. Let's see what we get. All right. This is perfect. What's something that your players are into, something your players talk about, something your players do that you just do not understand? I'm very interested to hear this from you, because you're a hip coach.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, you. Wow.
I know.
That's a great question. It makes me want to go right into video games. It makes me want to go right into what they do with their phones.
You hear a lot about Fortnite?
Oh, man. I've got a boy that's be a freshman. I got one that's a senior. He doesn't play Fortnite near as much as my freshman, but my freshman is addicted to it. Wow, that's a great question. that really puts me on the spot.
I know. Listen, I told you, we asked the hard-hitting questions at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You know, I will say that the video game thing, I've never played Fortnite.
Yeah.
You know, that's something I don't understand. I don't get, like, it seems fun. Seems like they're having fun. If all these people are doing it, it seems like fun, but I don't understand it.
Yeah, there's something about it that they really like, though, because they sure all are on there a lot. I guess it's interactive because they talk to other kids that are playing. I guess one thing these kids don't get is, you know, there are not a lot of early risers in my part of the woods. You know, it's like we like to start when it's cooler out, and you know, they want to sleep in and start till about 8. You know, when we could already have an hour of workout done, and I just don't get. I think sleep's overrated. You know, we got to get up here and get to work. You can take a nap later, but kids love to sleep in and love to be a minute. You know. My deal is don't be on time, be early. They'll show up 1 minute to go before we're supposed to be outside.
7 o'clock, you're there at 6:59.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
All
So maybe that's one point. I know that's not a good one.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Alan Haire says sleep is overrated. The head coach of the Salado Eagles. Coach, appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you.